Hello everyone. In this session, we will be discussing about the multiple alleles, polygenic inheritance and pleiotropism, which is the third subunit of the first unit, genetics, of the paper 6, genetics, biostatistics, evolution and paleontology. So under this subunit, we will be studying about ABO blood groupings, RH factor with respective of erythroblastosis fetalis, blood typing and blood transfusion, legal aspects of blood groups in genetics, inheritance of coat color in rabbit, isoalleles, pseudoalleles and position effect, multiple factors and polygenes, polygenic inheritance in man with regarding to skin color and eye color, pleiotropism, that is cystic fibrosis in humans and vestigial wing formation in Drosophila, cytoplasmic inheritance, that is shell coiling in snails or Limnia, kappa particles in Paramecium. So these are the topics which will be covered under 1.3 subunit. So in this session mainly we will be discussing about the blood groups of humans, RH factor and blood transfusion. So what do you mean by multiple alleles? So multiple alleles are nothing but they are set of 3 or more alleles of the same genes which are present on homologous chromosomes which control particular trait, that is called as multiple alleles, and they occupy a particular locus on homologous chromosomes. So these alleles is nothing but the repetition of the original sequence with little slight changes. For example, gene of asynaptic meiosis in 8th chromosome of the tomato exists in the 5 different alleles, maybe in 1st, 2nd, 3rd, 4th or 5th. So same chromosome will be repeated in the different types of allelic formation. So later here the multiple alleles, they may contain 3, 4 or more than those numbers, and these alleles occupy the same locus in the homologous chromosome, and these alleles are formed by the mutation of one gene. So these genes are mainly brought by, for examples, you can see in ABO blood groupings in humans, those are controlled by multiple alleles. So we all know that humans, we are having different types of blood groups, A, B, O, AB. So the following examples are which are controlled by the multiple alleles: blood groups, that is ABO, RH blood group, the wing of Drosophila, coat color in rabbits and self-sterility in tobacco. So these are the examples which explains about the multiple alleles. So first we'll see about the ABO blood group. So ABO blood groups, the Landerstein, so he was the person who found out 4 types of human beings according to the blood groups. They are A, B, AB and O. So these person, for example, when you take A blood group, they contain antigen A on their RBC, and B group, they contain antigen B on their RBC. On the same way, AB, they will be containing both antigen A and B. But whereas O group, they do not contain any antigen. So on these basis, he found out the different blood groups. So this is the explanation, like what type of antigens and what type of the groupings related to the bloods A, B, AB and all. So that is what was explained by the Landsteiner. So this is how the distribution of antigen and antibody in ABO blood groups takes place. For example, when you see A blood group, as I said, they will be having antigen A. But what is the antibody then? Antibody will be B. So here the transfusion can be taken between A blood group and AB blood group. From where? From A and O. But whereas in B, antigens will be of B, but antibodies will be of A, and transfusion can be taken place from B and O to B and AB because of the presence of antigen and antibody. But whereas in AB, they contain both antigen like A and B, they do not have any antibodies. So that is the reason they can take the blood from any other AB, ABO, blood only transfusion can be done to AB only. O blood group, they do not contain any antigen, but they contain antibody of both A and B. So they can transfer the blood from O to all. So that is why blood group O is called as universal donor, and blood group AB will be universal acceptor. So next, very important example, that is codominance in ABO blood group. So as you can see, it is represented by letter LA because of the work given by the Landsteiner. So we'll see what the Karl Landsteiner has done with the codominance of blood group. So he explains that the synthesis of antigen A is controlled by the dominant allele. And this dominant allele, it is represented by capital letter L to the power or LA. So as I said, it is given to the honor of the blood group, that is Landsteiner. Whereas antigen B will be given by LB. And due to the presence of the antigen LO, it means it contains A and B. So thus three alleles, usually ABO, they are represented in the following form: LA, LB and LO. LO is a recessive allele because it is represented to both LA and LB. LA and LB are dominant because they are present in the antigen. So due to this codominance, what happens? Both gene expresses their character, as you have studied already in the Mendelism. So two or more than, if it is taking place, that is called as codominance. Even the same thing, it takes place in the blood groupings also. So during that time, LA and LB occur together in the same man. So due to that, LA produces antigen A, LB will be producing antigen B. So the same repetition or the correlating codominance of Mendelism to the blood grouping. So due to that, what happens? LA, LB and LO, they occur in the same locus due to the presence of multiple alleles. That is why we are having blood groupings of different forms, like we can transfer the blood from one person to other person with respect of antigen and antibodies. So this is how the inheritance of ABO blood group, they follow the simple Mendelian inheritance. So what are the application of these blood groups? As I was telling, blood transfusion. So usually blood transfusion, it is one of the noble work, like given to person during the accidents or the you can tell about the operations. So loss of blood will be there and the blood has to be transferred from one person to other person. And due to that, what happens? The successful blood group transfusion need through the blood group testing. It is very important. You should know what type of blood you can take, what type of blood can be given to the other person from you. So that is very important. And thus the person donating blood, he is called as donor, and receiving person is called as recipient. O group, as I said, is the universal donor, and AB will be called as universal recipient or the acceptor. Second, that is disputed parentage. So as you know, in the hospitals and all, many babies will be born in the same day, but they may be having disputes of the babies, which baby belongs to the which parents. So during the testing of blood, they can make out the disputed parentage, what type of baby belongs to what type of parents. Third one, identification of culprits. Maybe you'll be studying the same thing in DNA fingerprinting. There also you can use the blood stains which are available maybe during the crime reports or rape reports. So these are the different types of application related to the blood group. So as I was already explained about the blood transfusion, I will not go through detail, but remember, if the blood group of the donor and recipient are not compatible, agglutination and hemolysis of the donor corpuscles will take place. So this is what they tell during the transfusion. But during testing, the compatibility of the reaction between antigen and the donor, that is RBC, antibodies of the recipient plasma alone are taken in the consideration. So this is very important during the blood transfusion. So compatibility has to be checked, and agglutination and later hemolysis of the blood corpuscles. So this I already explained. So you need to know what type of blood has to be given to what type of person, or the donors to recipient. So this picture explains you in simple form. You should know what type of blood can be given to what type of person. So please make a note on this, study this table correctly and the diagram given. So next, coming to very important portion, that is Rh blood groups. So Rh blood group was discovered by the same Landsteiner and Wiener in the year 1940. So this Rh blood group controlled by the multiple alleles located in the same locus of the homologous chromosome. So here two different groups of human beings, that is Rh positive and Rh negative, are present. So due to that, Rh antigen is a recessive antigen, so which was first discovered in the rhesus monkey. So that rhesus monkey was having the Rh antigen, which is also called as Rh factor. So Rh negative person do not contain Rh antigen, but whereas Rh antigen has no neutral antibody. So Rh negative person develop Rh antibody when he receives blood group from the Rh positive. So due to that small amount of Rh positive blood, or it may be around very small as 0.5 ml, it can evoke the production of Rh antibody in Rh negative person. So due to that, what happens? The antibody once formed remains inside the blood throughout the life. So due to the transfusion of positive to negative, it can be made negative person Rh to the positive Rh. So in European countries, we have already almost 85% of the humans are Rh positives and remaining are 15 Rh negative. Whereas in India, we all are having Rh positive, that is 93%, and remaining 7% are negative. But whereas in China, 99.9% are positive and 0.5% are negative. So this tells about the Rh antigen and the antibody. The commonest Rh antigen is called as antigen D. So due to that, the antibody is called as anti-D. So this is the injection given. Remember, anti-D. The production of the antigen is controlled by the multiple alleles. So due to that, the antigen D is produced by the dominant gene, which is represented by R. So once I show you the picture, you will understand why it is given as capital R and why it is given as homozygous capital R and small r. So capital R and capital R is the homozygous dominant gene. Capital R and small r represents the heterozygous gene. Small r is homozygous recessive gene. So here it explains where the Rh factor, it follows the Mendelian principle of inheritance. So there what happens, the blood type of the children can be easily visualized by knowing the blood group of parents. So we can make out the blood group of the baby by knowing the blood group of the parents. So there are two different types of theories which explains why the blood group of the parents will be reflected in the blood group of babies. So just know the theory name, Wiener theory and Fischer theory. No need to go in detail. So what are the application of these Rh blood groups? So first one, that is erythroblastosis fetalis, very important. So it is a hemolytic disease to a newborn where Rh positive babies will be born by the Rh positive father and Rh negative mother. So due to that, what happens? The characteristics of a baby which will be newly born, that will be having jaundice and anemic condition. So this is due to hemolysis. So hemolysis means is nothing but hemo means blood, lysis means breakdown. So breakdown of RBC cells or the blood cells takes place. So during that time, so the name has given due to the circulating erythroblast. And blood transfusion, the transfer of blood from one person to other person. So due to that RH factor has to be tested. So as you can see in the picture, the healthy baby is normal in color, but whereas in the anemic condition or the jaundice condition, the body has become yellowish in color, and the blood, if you are testing, it will be anemic. So erythroblastosis fetalis, it is nothing but the hemolytic disease where the characterized by the jaundice and anemic due to the sexual intercourse of Rh positive father and Rh negative mother. So erythroblastosis or erythroblast are normally found in bone marrow. So due to the presence of the circulating erythroblast, the account of name is given to the erythroblastosis fetalis. So when a Rh positive man, when he is married to Rh negative woman, what happens? We'll see. So see, the Rh positive, he will be having capital R and capital R, which denotes that he is homozygous dominant. Whereas in Rh negative, she will be having small r, that is homozygous recessive. So once the capital R and small r, they combine together in the gamete formation. So once the gamete is formed and next the F1 generation, that is child is grown, Rh positive will be there, but he or she will be having the heterozygous dominant condition, capital R and small r. So this Rh antibody destroys the RBCs of the fetus. So due to the destruction, what happens? The hemolytic jaundice and anemic condition takes place, and the dead RBCs are carried in the liver in disintegration. So due to that, death of the baby happens. So this is what it happens in erythroblastosis fetalis. How can you prevent these hemolytic diseases? So now you know anti-A and anti-B, they prevents the rhesus immunization, means the rhesus monkey like the Rh factor. So due to that, the maternal circulation are destroyed by the mother's natural occurring anti-A and anti-B. This is the first condition. But whereas in second condition, destruction of Rh positive in fetal cells, how it happens? You need to give the injection of anti-Rh as soon as the birth takes place. So as we have already discussed, Rh negative if it is present, if we give Rh positive, the blood will be converted into Rh positive. So the treatment goes like this. The treatment of the severe hemolytic diseases, it exchanged during the transfusion, and small amount of the infant blood successfully withdrawn and replaced as the equal amount of Rh negative man and not the Rh positive. So this is how the prevention of hemolytic diseases takes place. So that's all about this session. Very important for your examination. You need to study what do you mean by codominance in the blood grouping, blood typing, and erythroblastosis related to the Rh factor. So that's all about this session. Thank you.